Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification to always stay updated on my new tutorials. What's going on, guys? Today we are continuing our how to create a 3D character series. So in the first video in the series, we talked about actually making the 3D character. We talked about using Reallusion Character Creator 3 software. I really love using that. They have this headshot plugin, which allows you to take a headshot of your subject, load that into the plugin, and it'll paste a 4K face texture onto a 3D model for you. So as you see, you have me right in front of you. I made this using the exact same steps in that tutorial, so make sure you check that out if you are interested. I literally just took a picture of my face with my phone. I didn't even use a fancy camera, just an iPhone picture. Turned out great. So this second video, this is going to be all about breathing life into these dead T-pose characters. We're going to talk about facial motion capture. So say you're making a 3D music video and you want your artist to be performing the words of their song, have the same facial expressions, synced up with the same lyrics. Say you're creating some sort of 3D animation and you want the dialogue in there. There's a lot of applications. You can even use this technology to create a virtual Twitch stream, virtual YouTube video. So let's go into the setup of how to use this, how to render this out, how to export this out, how to set everything up. We're going to be using Reallusion iClone to pull this off. I highly recommend this software. The sister software to Character Creator 3. We're going to be using the Motion Live plugin to connect to our phones and use the motion capture technology from our iPhone to paste that movement and expression onto our 3D character. So you're going to need an iPhone 10 or higher to be able to do this. They're using the same technology as those memojis, if you're familiar with that. Hopefully in the future, they'll be able to put out some more updates for different cameras. But again, you need that to be able to do this with your phone. So I've already opened up the 3D character that I made within Character Creator into iClone. I just went over to File, Import, and I imported in iClone avatar file, which again, I saved from Character Creator. Here he is, I just added a little sit animation. So all I need to do here is just click on my character, go over here to the right where it says modify. You can click on this little animation tab and then scroll down here until you see this Motion Live plugin. And again, you'll have to add that on, but in my opinion, it's worth it. They have a lot of great package deals for this. Open that up, and you have this little Motion Live hub here. So this is very useful for connecting all of your motion capture devices. You have your live face here, which is connected through this free app. You can just go on the App Store, search for Reallusion Live Face, get this for free. And you also have these little tabs for body and hand. So in the future, we'll talk about connecting motion capture suits, connecting hand connectors. So you have a lot of great options, and this plugin makes it very easy. You see here over on the right, there's this mask section. So if you want, you can select different areas of your face, or you can deselect, and that allows you to isolate different areas of your face. So for example, if you want only the mouth to be moving with your animation, but not the eyes, you can just click on here and it's not going to record all the movement with your eyes. So if you want more of a toned down animation, that's 100% possible. You can also go to the strength tab and you can lower or raise the strength for each of these different parts of the motion capture, whatever you like. So say your jaw's moving all crazy on your guy, you don't like that, you can tone it down a bit. Now, another thing that I like, you can also check this box and record the audio for this vis-me track. So if you check here, select the microphone, which is connected to your computer. And whenever I connect to this app and I start speaking into it, it's going to have that audio track recorded. So now we need to actually connect this app to our PC or our laptop running this plugin. So you're going to need everything on the same Wi-Fi system. If you're using a laptop, that's pretty easy. Usually you can just walk over to your router, sit near it, fire everything up. As you see on the app up here, you have your IP address. All you need to do is just type that in. So I would backspace all these numbers, keeping the little colon and the 3 nines. That's your port number. So you want to keep that there. Now I would type in 192.168.72. Now all I'd have to do is just click this little green dot and we could have the connection. So let's connect there. You'll see on my app, client app connection successful. It's as simple as that. Now, one thing that I recommend you guys get if you're working on a PC and not a laptop is a USB Ethernet adapter. But this way you don't have to have any lag in your recordings. I'm recording this all the way up in the attic room of my house. My router's on the very first floor. I'm pretty far away from it. So instead of having to rely on that, I just bought one of these little Ethernet adapters and then hooked that up to my phone. So I'll put a little tutorial down in the description if you're interested in that. That way you have the most pure connection for this. no issues. So now you go down to your character, which is in your scene, and you select what you want to connect. So I want to connect the face. Let's click the face here and click live face. So let's just click this little preview button and click spacebar. And now, as you can see, I'm connected with my character. So using just a phone to get our own home motion capture. If you go do a browse on YouTube, if you look up different facial motion capture, there's a lot of things like this that are going on in the professional space, in the indie space. And now I want to try and spread this information to the average person at their home who may be interested in using this for low budget at home projects. You'll see if your character's looking a little off, what I recommend you do is let's pause this preview. Let's go over to where it says set 0 pose up here on our Motion Live plugin. So we're going to have a neutral face. We're going to click that button at the exact same time. So that way you have your positioning all correct, keeps it a little bit more calibrated. And then let's click preview again. And there we go. Things should be a little bit more smooth. So let's go ahead and record a little sentence here that we can use for the channel. And then we're going to go and tweak some of these settings. We're going to render straight out of iClone, which again, I'm going to use for this tutorial. And then I'm going to export and bring it into a 3D software of my choice. You can use Blender, which is free, Cinema 4D, whatever you guys want. And now we're going to go and record something. So let's click record, and I'm going to record a little swipe up promo for Instagram to promote this video once it drops. So let's click here. If you guys want to have your 3D characters talking like this, swipe up to watch my brand new tutorial. All right, so here's our recording. We have this in our software. Now, if you want to view this timeline like how I see it here, make sure you guys scroll this little panel up so you can see it properly. Open up me sitting. You'll see these little arrows and these X's. Let's click on the arrow. This should be the name of whatever you imported. You're going to want to check on motion, expression, and this vis-me checkbox. This is where we recorded our audio earlier. So open those up. Let's go over here to this vis-me tab, the waveform of our audio that we recorded earlier. They have some very useful tools for refining the sync of the voice. You can easily just right click and reduce the lip keys. That's going to make all the mouth movements just look a little bit less complicated, and it can smooth it out a lot of the time. Another thing that you can do, you're going to see this ellipse layer here where it has these different vowel sounds. So you can go in here and you can remove any of these sounds, and you'll see if I just delete that, it's going to also take away that ah sound with my character. And you can even go in and add your own. So you'll see this button here. We can click on that lip editor, and you can add in any specific vowel sound. So I'll leave a link below if you want to look more into the voice syncing. They have some nice tools for just selecting certain segments, and you can really refine everything. You can right click on the vis-me layer, lip options. You can smooth things out. You can smooth out different parts. You can change the strength of everything. So again, a lot of really useful tools. Make sure you guys are utilizing your timeline, your expression. This is all of the facial things that we recorded. So if you guys are ready, you can go and export this into any 3D software you want. Maybe use Blender, which is free. Maybe use Cinema 4D. Go up to File, Export, and you export your FBX. Another awesome feature in here, which I use for the beginning of this tutorial, you can even go up to Render, and you can just render out the video straight from iClone. So this is nice for just having a little promo video, or if you just want a quick little test without having to render out each frame in your 3D software, which you know can take a long time. So I can just set this to video, MP4, that's fine. Let's put the frame size. You can put it at 1920 or even 4K, and then I'm just going to go ahead and click export. Pretty useful marketing technique too, because you don't usually run into people with a 3D face telling you to swipe up. So it's a good thing for those of you who may be trying to sell something as well. Another nice little side application of that. Let's render this out, and then we're going to export the FBX. So I'll drop that into C4D. All right, so you guys saw me add this character into Cinema 4D. See, the clothes are a little messed up, but we can just scale that up a bit and probably fix that. There we go. If you go in here and press play, there you go. Facial motion capture, all added into the little face bones in your facial rig. So easy as that. Here it is in Octane, just so you guys can see it looking all nice. You can use your 3D softwares to make any customizations that you like, change around the scene, etc., etc. I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial. Like I said, this series for how to create a 3D character This is something I've been very interested in since I first started getting into video and learning about 3D and learning about motion capture. In my generation, you grow up playing video games, you grow up watching these 3D animated videos, which became a thing. It started with things like Toy Story, and now it's grown into motion capture being used as a tool to not only have fully 3D, amazing, beautiful animated movies, but to add this realistic animation in live action movies, things like Planet of the Apes. So this is a huge technology that's being used in Hollywood, and now it's starting to trickle down like all things in Hollywood do, and it's starting to be used for indie developers. It's starting to be available at the hands of the average person. So use this stuff, take your things to the next level, maybe learn something new, maybe invest in some of these softwares that we've been talking about. Spend money on something like this, you're able to make unique things that you don't see in a lot of videos, and that equals money back into your pocket with your clients. Let me know any ideas you have for future videos covering this topic. I know I mentioned when I created the weekend visualizer tutorial, I mentioned I wanted to get a motion capture suit and kind of recreate some of what they did with those videos. You guys were commenting a lot on that, and we talked about how you can use Motion Live in iClone here to even connect your body and your hands. So maybe we'll get into that. I want to get into Unreal Engine. I think that's going to be a huge game changer that a lot of people can start from scratch. You can all pick that up for free and start together. So again, comment below what you want to see. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe, turn on the bell if you want to keep updated. As always, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.